I got some bad news for Tiffany Stratton fans out there because the end of the era could be coming on the Buff Barbie, the center of the universe, your WWE Women's Champion. Now, this comes as she is preparing for a massive match at next weekend's Crown Jewel event where she's slated to work Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer, right? And this comes at a time where they're kind of changing things up for Tiffany, and we'll get into that. So you have a situation where Crown Jewel is coming up. She's coming off of the horrific women's triple threat match on SmackDown. And there's an interesting thing that's kind of floating under the radar. I noticed it and I'm like, I have to bring it to you guys and we have to talk about it. Ever since she cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase, Tiffany Stratton has been on a roll. She's been a dominant, confident, and let's be honest, an entertaining champion on Friday Night SmackDown. Her feud with Jade Cargill as of late has been a highlight in both good ways and bad, but now she's stepping into the ring for a champion versus champion dream match against Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer. This is a huge match, a true test to see who the top woman in the company actually is. Now, according to the people who put their money where their mouth is, this isn't going to be a competitive match at all. It's going to be a one-sided affair. According to the latest betting odds from betonline.ag, Stephanie Vaquer is a heavy minus 500 favorite to win. Now, to put that in perspective, that gives her an implied 83.3% probability of victory. On the flip side, our champion, Tiffany Stratton, is a really, really strong underdog at plus 300. Ouch. That's bad news. Tiffy fans. Say that 3 times fast. Tiffy fans. A minus 500 line is a clear and decisive favorite. There's no getting around this. The betting odds, they're not just predicting a Vaquer win, they are screaming it. Now, this suggests that the plan is for the Raw champion to go over the strong Tiffany Stratton. And that is very interesting because on one side, you have Tiffany Stratton, who is a longtime champion. She's been champion since 2024 after cashing in Money in the Bank. And on the flip side, you have Stephanie Vaquer, who just became the Women's World Champion after the title became vacant because Naomi got pregnant. She won the title, and now she's off to the races. WWE having her go over in Io Sky tells you they're ready to build this woman up. They're ready to build her into the next top-tier champion. They're doing everything in their power, including putting her over Tiffany Stratton to get the job done. Now, I respect them for trying to make a new star, and especially in someone who is like Stephanie Vaquer and her skill set and everything that she brings. At the same time, though, I don't know if that's necessarily the right call. I understand you want to build her up, but I also understand that Tiffany Stratton is in a really weird situation right now. There's a lot of bad blood, a lot of negativity, I should say. Not bad blood, but negativity around her. If you look at the September 26th episode of SmackDown where she worked that horrific triple threat match with Jade Cargill and Nia Jax, things went off the rails. It was a really, really bad match. Jade got busted open in that match. She's out for a few weeks. And they had the still step spot that busted her open in addition to the botched finish, right? Where Nia Jax kicked out early. The referee stopped counting. Tiffany evidently didn't make the spot or Nia didn't think that she was going to get to the spot and break it up. So there's a lot of negativity around Tiffany. And it's a really tough booking standpoint because you want to make Tiffany, get her into more positive light. They're obviously thinking, okay, let's turn the headways a little bit. Let's turn the headlines a little bit. Let's make Tiffany more of a strong champion. Let's get her more positivity. And then you have Stephanie Vaquer, and they're like, well, we have to get her over. We have to establish her. We can't beat her, in a first champion versus champion match. If I'm WWE, I'm saying let's throw a curveball in this. Let's have them go to a no contest. Let's have outside interference. Let's do something where there's not a clean finish. If I'm WWE, that's what I'm doing. I don't want to beat Stephanie. You're trying to establish her as a champion. I don't want to beat Tiffany. Or I don't want to beat Stephanie because you're trying to make her a strong champion. I want to beat Tiffany because she's done very, very good. So it's a very, very tough spot for WWE to be in, and I'm very, very curious as to where they really go with this match, how they handle this, how they handle the finish. It's going to be interesting to see what they end up doing. Now, I do want to look at the rest of the show and with the betting odds because there's a lot of big matches on this card and there's a lot of interesting matches on this card. Okay, so you have another massive champion versus champion match. It's for the men's Crown Jewel championship. Okay, so we have Seth Rollins, our world heavyweight champion. He's moved to a staggering minus 700 favorite over undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. Now, Cody is a plus 400 underdog. That implies an 87.5% chance for Rollins. It seems the market is convinced that the Visionary is going to be walking out with the new title, if you will. All right. Okay, we have another match. It's being, kind of build up. It's like this last dream match. John Cena is an almost unbelievable minus 2,000 favorite against AJ Styles, and that gives Cena a 95.2 chance of winning. This is what we call a lock when it comes to betting. It's clear that as part of Cena's retirement tour, WWE is trying to get him a major win here, considering he is coming off of a loss to Brock Lesnar in a one-sided, just absolute beatdown. So that's interesting. Obviously, I would have Cena go over here. There's no real reason to have AJ go over Cena. Things could change, but I don't see anything changing here. We also have a women's tag team match where Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are the overwhelming minus 1,500 favorites to go over their recently reunited Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane. Now, Asuka, she did the whole betrayal on Io Sky, and now we have Rhea and Io Sky teaming up and trying to get, revenge on the dominant faction. We'll see if they end up doing that or not, but it'll be very, very interesting to see how much offense they give Asuka and Io Sky. I don't see Rhea and Io losing here. I think it'd be a major mistake if they did, but hey, at minus 1,500, that would imply that, Rhea and Io are going over. So we'll see. So there you have it. It's looking like a rough night for a few of our champions, especially Tiffany Stratton and her fans. The odds, they're stacked against her, but it seems like her time at the top is going to be maintaining, but not necessarily doing, terrific, if you will. So what do you think of these odds? Let me know down in the comments here below. Is WWE making a mistake by having Tiffany lose? Let me know your predictions in the comments here below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you are notified for more wrestling content. I got some bad news for Tiffany Stratton fans out there because the end of the era could be coming on the Buff Barbie, the center of the universe, your WWE Women's Champion. Now, this comes as she is preparing for a massive match at next weekend's Crown Jewel event where she's slated to work Women's World Champion Stephanie Vaquer, right? And this comes at a time where they're kind of changing